Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on TikTok, specifically those catchy sounds that just seem to explode online. And look, if you're wanting to give your social media profiles a bit of an extra boost, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. But our main goal today, giving you some solid, actionable strategies to really tap into TikTok's potential for growth.
Yeah, because it's huge.
Exactly. We know you want insights you can use right away. So we're going to unpack the power of TikTok audio, how you can actually find the trending sounds and, maybe most importantly, creative ways to weave them into your content. We've looked at some really interesting stuff on the TikTok algorithm, how it works and strategies for going viral using sound. Let's get into it.
Absolutely. And based on what we've seen, especially looking at how the platform functions, it's really clear TikTok is, well, it's pretty much an audio-first platform. It kind of sets it apart.
Okay, audio first. Let's unpack that. What does that actually mean for someone creating content day to day?
Well, think about other platforms where, the visuals grab you first as you scroll. On TikTok, often it's the sound that makes you stop.
Right. Yeah, totally. Little audio hook.
Exactly. How many times has some catchy audio made you pause? It's fundamental to how it works. And when users tap that sound icon,
The little spinning record.
yeah, that one, they get taken to a whole feed, just videos using that specific sound. That's a massive discovery tool. Your video, just by using that sound, suddenly gets put in front of potentially tons of people who are already digging that audio.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's like tapping into an existing conversation almost. And there was some data on the impact of sound, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. A 2023 MRC data study found that, get this, 67% of TikTok users were more likely to remember brands and creators if they associated them with catchy audio.
Wow, 2/3. That's significant.
It really is. There's this powerful mix of familiarity and something new with sounds that either you recognize or just find really engaging. They pull viewers in and definitely make content more shareable. Think about how certain sounds just feel current, part of the moment.
So it's not just about being seen then, it's about sticking in people's minds. Okay, so how does the algorithm actually use sound to make this happen? To drive discovery?
Right. So the algorithm, it actively favors videos using sounds that are currently trending. Think of it like an express lane to getting seen.
A fast track to the For You page.
Pretty much. When you use a sound that's gaining steam, TikTok system is just more likely to push your video onto the FYP. Now, they don't reveal everything, obviously, but we know it looks at things like how quickly a sound is being adopted, engagement rates, likes, comments, shares, even the types of videos using the sound.
Okay.
And it creates this feedback loop, right? The more a sound gets used and interacted with, the more the algorithm seems to prioritize new videos using it, which, really boosts their chance of spreading fast.
Okay, so we get why audio is so crucial. Now, the practical side. Based on what we've looked at, what are the best ways to actually find these trending sounds before everyone else jumps on them?
Right. This is where you need to be an active user yourself, your own For You page. That's ground zero.
Just scrolling.
Yeah, but scrolling with purpose, make it a habit, check it a few times a day, and really listen. Notice any sounds, songs, audio clips that pop up again and again.
Okay.
A good rule of thumb we found is if you hear the same sound maybe 3 or more times in a pretty short span, that's a strong signal it's trending, either overall or at least in your corner of TikTok.
Got it. Be mindful of my own feed. What about within the app itself? Any other features?
Definitely. Don't ignore that spinning record icon in the bottom corner of videos. Tap it.
Right.
It takes you straight to the sounds page.
Yeah.
And there you can see how many videos have used it. That gives you a real sense of its current heat. Is it still climbing?
Useful metric.
Very. And also, actively explore the add sound feature when you're creating a video. Check out the sections like trending, recommended, new, and pay special attention to the viral tab. That's where TikTok flags sounds really taking off. Look for ones literally labeled TikTok viral. Those often get an extra algorithmic nudge.
So the app itself gives you quite a few clues. Are there tools outside of TikTok that can help spot trends early?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are external tools out there. Websites like Talkboard, apps like Trend Talk, they're designed specifically to track TikTok trends. You can often filter by location, by genre, and critically see how fast a sound's usage is growing. That acceleration rate can be a big tell for what's about to pop.
Like an early warning system.
Kind of. And also, keep an eye on TikTok's own official creator accounts, like at TikTok creators and at creators. They often do a sound of the week feature, basically giving you a heads up on sounds they think are going to be big.
Like getting insider info.
Yeah.
And we saw that example where getting in early made a massive difference, right? With
The Megan Thee Stallion Savage trend. Yeah, classic example. The sources showed creators who used that sound in the first week saw something like a 265% jump in views compared to people who waited even just a few more days.
wow, 265%, that's huge. That window closes fast.
It really can.
Okay, so we found a trending sound. Now what? How do we actually use it well? Can't just be like slapping it onto any old video, can it?
No, definitely not. Just using the sound isn't a magic bullet. It's got to be strategic, creative. You need to think about how it actually fits your content and how you can bring something fresh to it, even if loads of people are using the same audio.
So what are some practical ways to get creative with these sounds?
First off, vibe check. Seriously. Does the energy, the mood of the sound actually match what your video is about? You don't want, super upbeat dance music on a really serious topic. That's jarring.
Right, avoid the mismatch.
Exactly. Look at what some of the top videos using the sound are doing. Then try to find your own angle. Maybe it's a funny twist. Maybe you apply the audio in a totally unexpected context, or just offer a different perspective.
Okay, find the right vibe, find a unique spin. How do I blend that with my own style, though? Keep it feeling like my content.
That's where the editing tools come in. TikTok gives you a lot to work with. Don't be afraid to mix the trending sound with your own stuff. Add your own voiceover for commentary. Use clever captions that riff on the audio. Sync your visuals really tightly to the beat. Personalization is key.
Make it your own.
Yeah. Even if the sound is everywhere, your take can make it feel new and grab people.
Makes sense. Adding your own flavor. What about those big hashtag challenges that often go with sounds?
Jumping into those can be a really smart move for reach. Especially the official TikTok challenges, they often have massive visibility baked in. Remember the hashtag Blinding Lights challenge? Billions of views for creators who participated. Even if it's not official, if you see a sound constantly paired with a specific hashtag people are using, joining in can put your video right in front of that interested community.
Tap into the existing buzz. Okay, but what if a sound is trending, but it feels totally unrelated to my niche? Say I'm a business.
Yeah. That requires a bit more creative thinking. Context is everything. How can you adapt that viral audio to show off your product? Or maybe highlight a customer success story? Or just showcase what you do in an engaging way?
Like finding an unexpected link.
Exactly. We saw that great example of the lawn care brand. They used one of those satisfying sounds, you know the one?
Oh yeah, love those.
Right, not obviously lawn care related, but they used it for their before and after transformation videos. Super clever. And the result, something like a 525% follower boost in just 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay, that shows what's possible with some creative thinking. Let's talk timing. When is the perfect moment to use a trending sound? Is there one?
Timing is so crucial on TikTok. Things move lightning fast, get in too late, and you're just lost in the noise. But jump in too early before it's really caught on. It might fizzle out. Generally, that sweet spot seems to be within, say, 24 to 48 hours of noticing it really picking up steam consistently, especially if it hasn't totally saturated your specific niche yet.
So act fast, but wait for that clear signal it's taking off. And how many times should I use the same trending sound? Just once.
Don't be afraid to experiment a bit. Maybe try posting 2 or 3 videos using the same sound, but maybe tackling different aspects of your topic or telling slightly different stories.
Okay.
Repetition can sometimes work. It builds familiarity. And sometimes the algorithm rewards that consistency. We even saw an anecdote about a beauty influencer. Her first 2 videos with a sound did okay, but it was the 3rd one that actually went viral.
Interesting. So it might take a few tries. And after I post, what should I be looking at in my analytics?
Oh, definitely dive into your analytics. For every video, watch the views, sure, but also engagement, likes, comments, shares. Completion rate is huge. Are people watching till the end? And watch how long are they sticking around?
Key metrics.
Absolutely. Then try to figure out why a video did well. Was it the caption, the hashtags, the video length, even the time you posted? Use those clues to tweak what you do next time. TikTok really rewards learning and adapting.
It really sounds like a constant feedback loop. Okay, we also need to touch on some important stuff beyond just strategy, the legal side. Alex.
Super important. Yeah, when you're using sounds, you absolutely need to know the difference between licensed and unlicensed audio, especially if you're a business.
Right, for commercial use.
Exactly. For branded content, ads, anything commercial, you generally need to use audio from TikTok's commercial music library or properly licensed tracks. Using a trending pop song without the right license, that could get your video taken down or worse, lead to legal trouble.
Okay, crucial distinction for businesses. What about giving credit if someone else created a viral sound?
It's generally good practice and definitely appreciated in the community to credit the original creator,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a unique remix or a specific meme sound someone made.
How do you do that?
Easy enough, you can tag them in the caption, use the mention feature. It's good etiquette, builds community, and hey, maybe the original creator will even see it and share it. Boosts everyone.
Right, being a good platform citizen. One more thing on this track accessibility. How does sound tie into that?
Captions, subtitles, really important, especially for videos with talking or lyrics. Make sure you add them.
Why is that so key?
Well, firstly, for users who are deaf or hard of hearing, obviously, but also loads of people watch TikToks with the sound off, on the bus late at night. Captions mean they can still understand and engage. Plus, studies have shown caption videos on TikTok tend to have way higher completion rates.
Makes sense. Higher engagement and more inclusive. Okay, let's pull all this together. If someone listening wants a clear action plan, what are the main steps?
Okay, step by step. 1. Daily trend scouting. Make it routine. Scroll your FYP, check the sound library, maybe use an analytics tool. Just keep your ears open.
Got it. Step 1, scout.
2. Align sounds with your plan. Don't just grab anything trending. Does it actually fit your niche, your message, your brand? Be selective.
Yes, 2.
Align.
3, plan content around the sound, but add your unique spin. Brainstorm how to make it fresh, make it yours.
Step 3. Plan creatively.
4, create high-quality video. Good visuals, relevant edits that work with the sound, clear captions. Quality matters.
Step 4. Create quality.
5, post smart. Figure out when your audience is actually online and active. Post then.
Step 5. Post timing.
6, engage. Respond to comments on your video. Maybe share your TikTok elsewhere to amplify it.
Step 6. Engage and amplify.
And finally, 7, track and adapt. Watch your analytics, see what works, what doesn't, and adjust your strategy going forward. Learn from the data.
Step 7. Track and adapt. That's a really solid roadmap. So the big takeaway here seems to be that growing on TikTok with trending sounds, it's not luck, it's strategy. It's being creative, being timely, and really understanding how audio works on the platform. Exactly. Staying aware, integrating sound smartly, nailing the timing that can massively boost your visibility.
But, and this feels important, while trends help, you still need that foundation, right?
Yeah.
Content that fits your brand, provides actual value. That's what leads to long-term success, not just chasing every single trend.
Spot on. Trends are a tool, not the whole strategy. Authenticity and value still win out in the long run.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. We've talked a lot about the psychology of audio on TikTok, that mix of familiarity, novelty, emotion. How could you take those ideas, that understanding, and maybe apply it to your content on other platforms too? Something to think about beyond just TikTok. Thanks for diving deep with us.